the third straight year, Minnesota has ranked dead last in the nation for computer science education. That's according to a recent study by Minnesota Technology Association.
We sent Northern News Now's Madison Green to learn how a new program is helping a local school change those numbers.
And the underrepresentation of just who's involved in computer science. When you see Minnesota ranking 50th, it's kind of a wake-up call.
Mike Pottis is a computer science teacher at Hermantown High School. He wants all students to have a computing science education, but saw a lack of women and minorities.
So a lot of those underrepresented groups, they just don't see themselves as a computer scientist, or they don't see other computer scientists that look like them. But that's not the end of it all. So that's why we've tried to have students start at those younger grades so they can start to see, oh, I can do this.
Hermantown School District has partnered with a new initiative out of the University of Minnesota called Northern Lights Collaborative, hoping to reboot the curriculum by including computing science education from kindergarten through 12th grade.
Information you give them and turning it into recommendations.
Turning it into what was that?
We think of computer science as a critical new literacy that everyone should know a little bit about. So if you think about science and wanting to understand the natural world around us, and thinking about, today, how much of our lives are lived on a device.
Pottis says it's working.
This year it's been really exciting in my class to see almost half of my class are young women. We've done surveys like, why are you in this class? And most of them have said, because I learned about it in middle school, or I found an interest in elementary school. Like, it's been actually said by them, and so we know that it's working.
Making ones and zeros as simple as ABC.
Kylie, what question did you type?
In Hermantown, Madison Green, Northern News Now.
Northern Lights Collaborative helps train teachers on these subjects, and they want to partner with more schools in the area to further computer science education. If interested, you can find more information on our website.